Welcome home. Welcome to UMAH.
So what do we have here, Alex? What are we looking at?
Well, that's a nice little garden. So we've already planted some strawberries and tomatoes, spinach, getting ready there. I think that's a chili.
Wow. Soraya, what do you feel is the vision for the type of food and things which are being grown and consumed here?
The vision for us is predominantly raw, high fruits, a low level of stimulation coming from food. We want to keep it calm and relaxed and as much in nature as possible.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And so here we have this beautiful fire pit and fire storage. The idea, what's manifesting is a teepee that we can all be cozy around and be in these circles of trust. And of course,
And some bananas! They're from that tree.
when you live in abundance, everything is provided for. This got planted not long ago, and now there's an abundance of ginger. Healed by the land. So here, we are creating a circular seating arrangement with pillows and where people can sit and look at each other all together and engage in group activities, group discussions as a social hub of the land.
Coconut, anyone?
Abundance of coconuts, clean water, fruits.
Always stay healthy. In UMAH, we encourage a healthy and holistic lifestyle, where exercise is a natural part of our day, walking around, visiting the lands, where we eat from the trees we're surrounded by and the things growing directly here. Even the water we drink is collected from the rain and is part of our ritual of connecting to nature.
So this is currently a sleeping space. What we envision for this to become is a yoga shala of sorts, and somewhere that we can come and be in a communal space. We can be here on our own. There's going to be an altar and an open space where people can come and connect with themselves and other people.
And right in front, with probably some steps going just here, this beautiful flat piece of land is going to be an outside decking circle. Why is that, Alex?
Well, let's make some room and get some wood for the fire.
So here in this yoga circle, we'll be able to look at each other while we do yoga all together.
And this is our teacher. This is a mandarin tree, and we're going to leave this here to be in the middle, and we can set up our yoga mats facing the tree, and we can all practice yoga on our own but in unison.
So while you're in Warrior 2, you can pick an orange and eat it straight away.
Exactly. While we're doing sun salutations, we can reach up and pick an orange. I love it. I think this is absolutely beautiful. And this is the thing as well, it's not flattening land. You know, we have a hectare of land, and it's not about how we can make things uniform and linear. It's working with nature, it's working with the land. And I love the way that we're evolving. Every time we come and we stand here, we look at a piece of the land and we figure out how we can do something with it. And then yesterday we all agreed, yeah, that would be really beautiful to have this tree taking center stage, part of nature. We can put decking around here, but keep that as the focal point. It feels...
It's like an altar.
It is like an altar. It's living in alignment with nature, which is what we're doing.
So on this land we have already a lot of fruit trees that were there. A lot of avocado trees, a few banana trees, quite a few mandarin trees that we've seen. There's a jackfruit tree, we have a lot of passion fruits, and I even discovered this morning we have a guava tree.
Oh, news to me.
Over
Nice.
here. Oh,
Next to the temple.
wow.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, we'll show later.
Yeah. We're also planning to grow more papayas. I'd like to get some durian on land. I'd love to get some mangosteens. Also some jicama and apples if we can.
Whoa, what's this?
Yeah, that's where I was going. Papaya tree, right? Did you plant that, Oliver?
This we planted about 4 months ago, and it is now growing. And because papayas are so quick, probably in about 6 to 9 months, there'll be the first papayas appearing on here. So throughout evolved cultures on Earth, there has always been gathering points where everyone can see and hear each other, discuss ideas, and come to a coherent field of what they want to create. This is one of those manifestations on this land. It's a shared fire pit with 3 levels that goes down like this and the fire in the middle. So we can all look at each other, all be in that common space of visioning, covered from the wind, but open to the stars above. And have that heat circulate up as the energy unifies all the people who are in conversation.
Look at these beautiful sunflowers.
This was the very first tent which came up on the land, and it's had its time, and it will soon become a luxury glamping tent, which is actually an interest of ours that we've been looking into more and more, is how do we take this next level of tent, which is actually as cozy as a home, especially in these climates, and position them well to live in them in beauty.
This is going to be the spa area. Something that I'm really keen is, even though I'm going to be living in nature in the jungle, I still want the sauna and the dark room and the places that are, there's a lot of nourishment. So this, because it goes down a little bit and it's a little bit darker, this feels like the perfect space to create our spa area.
And a little cold bath, cold plunge, for sure.
Yes.
There's going to be a half underground, half not type of dark room environment where someone can come and, for as long as they need to or want to, be completely isolated from their senses.
This is our bathroom area. We all need to go to the bathroom. We all need to shower. Ooh.
So right now it works like this. Pretty rustic. Make a hole
Do your business.
and cover it. That'll be for the next one. And what we envision here is a nice cabin bathroom where you'd have toilets where it's more comfortable, where you're obviously covered from the rain, you have privacy, showers, and can wash your hands after. So combining being in nature, and we'll have compost toilets, and at the same time getting more comfort. So on the path, actually, we think of adding some stones and like something still in nature and that doesn't cut us from the earth frequencies, but at the same time here you can imagine when it rains a lot everything becomes super muddy, so it's nice to have some stones on the path.
Like Japanese slabs type of thing.
Yep. Like maybe terracotta, something that's very aesthetically beautiful and in keeping with nature. And as I said before, working with her, not against her.
So at present the space is quite simple, but there's a huge potential and something manifesting of having cozy beanbag, slightly elevated bed, nice futon, warm covers, fairy lights around, and it's the beginning. This is already so nice to sleep in a connected environment where you're literally right on top of the earth, and that energy just comes through you and you're held throughout the whole night. So just sleeping here is healing, and that's why when we come, it's like 2 or 3 days are needed for us to really like relax into this level of being held. And I mean, this is now the 3rd day, after 2 nights, and I just feel so much more grounded and connected to myself and to the earth and the environment. And a big part of that is the way that we choose to sleep in a connected fashion.
Absolutely. Thank you. Where to next?
Well, this is a nice little garden where we can grow herbs and vegetables. Like tomatoes, cucumbers, zucchinis.
Carrots, all the beautiful herbs. For us, it's very much about self-sustainability. Yes, we're connected to the outside world. Yes, we're connected to technology, and we are connecting with people in Ubud and the rest of the world. But when we're here, we'd like to be able to live fully sustainably, collect our own water, grow our own food, and feel held and nourished in this beautiful mountain jungle environment. Yeah.
Is at the very bottom of this piece of land, and there's an energy that's very peaceful and it's very held. So what's going to manifest here is a relaxation space, a quiet space, no speaking. And that's really important, especially living in community environments, that people know that there are areas they can go to where it's quiet and where the only connection is to oneself and to nature. So you can already imagine some hammocks and different things like this happening between the trees, and some yoga mats on the floor. A real space where you just go, ah.
The only thing you'll need to be looking after is not getting hit by one of these avocados that come from the tree up there.
Which are very tasty.
Indeed they are.
Yeah.
And they're so abundant that most of them literally just return to the earth. There's probably hundreds of avocados here that fall each year.
Yeah.
Hundreds, thousands, I'd say, even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And most of it just goes straight back to the earth. But there's a potential also to feed many, many people on delicious avocados.
Yeah. Get some guacamole. We even have a jackfruit tree here. I don't know if you can see, maybe we'll need to zoom a bit. So funny how they grow. It's like from the trunk.
Hey, can you guys see that?
Oh, what's happening?
A luxury glamping tent right here.
I see
I
it.
can see it.
I see it.
2 people, 2 different rooms overlooking the gardens in the middle of nature. What a way to live.
And the way that I envision is that not everything is identical. We might have a teepee, we might have a lunar tent, we might have an aircrete, and we are experimenting.
Well, that's a huge part of it, is that actually we want to get many different models and many different styles of sleeping arrangements, so we can actually test and see what works in what environment and for who and for what. Because in the end of the day, this is a huge test ground for how we can scale up to bigger and bigger levels to welcome more and more people to live in the same abundance.
Yeah.
Test on ourselves, enjoy it in the process, come up here and bliss out, but also learn and develop so others can do the same.
Absolutely.
Nice. So we want to live really connected to nature, but at the same time, it doesn't mean we're in total autarky and completely cut off from the world. Quite the opposite. We want to stay even more connected through connecting with nature, but also with the world through the internet. And so we have a little office space that's meant to share, inspire, collaborate. And here we go.
Welcome to the boardroom.
It's very simple, but this is one of the only places with designated Wi-Fi, and that's the way that we wanted to keep it. This place is a hectare, and the rest of the land, there's no Wi-Fi, very little 4G, because so when we want to come and connect, it's intentional.
And it means that when you're on the land, you literally don't see anyone on their phone because there's no use to use your phone. Someone might be playing music and that's as far as it goes. And so it creates a culture where we all really connect with each other, but we're not anti-world and anti-internet. We just have it in its right place and use it with intention when we're ready to go and do that. And I would love to ask Balere. Balere,
Oh yeah, let's come into our office.
welcome. How has it been to be disconnected from the internet these last few days and have this type of setup?
So there is a road access. Sometimes the bikes are slightly loud, but in general it's a very peaceful, quiet environment.
it's been amazing. Like, time goes by, you don't even keep track of it. You just go, you just immerse yourself in the nature and just follow your own pace. And when you ever need the time to go work on your own projects, and to be honest, I haven't had the need to come here at all, right? Just came, checked a few messages, turned it back off, went back in with you guys. So
Wait, can we tell the bird to stop talking over you?
So yeah, I mean, it's been amazing to see the vision, see what's going to happen.
Yeah, and currently we're under a tarp roof made of bamboo because it's what we wanted to manifest quickly. In the next stages, there's going to be a beautiful bamboo bioenergetic architectural building that is its presence, and this will be the headquarters from where we initiate all of the projects for all of the area.
There's like a lot of passion fruits pretty much everywhere on the land. So if you can see here the abundance, like that's one vine going there and there.
Avocado.
There, that's an avocado. Banana trees. So here we have the entrance and the parking. So there's the road access from here. It's quite a quiet road because we're in the mountains, and then people can park there.
So a car can come up here and turn around or park here. Also, there's enough room for probably about 30 motorbikes in this area here, if well organized.
And before we get there, this will become the hall of passion, and we'll have passion fruits over there hanging, so you can like gently walk and pick passion fruits over your head while you enter the space.
Can you taste it? Can you smell it?
What a warm welcome to this beautiful space.
You've got to see the invisible to do the impossible.
We can look quickly at that hive also that has bees.
This is the one with the bees?
Yes. So we're mainly vegan, but we love honey and we love our bees.
We want to make sure that they are looked after
Yes.
and they're happy.
And they're here doing a huge service to the lands, pollinating, allowing all of the species and the trees to reproduce. Bees are so important generally in the world, and we want to have that consciousness here, making everything even more abundant.
Absolutely.
Yum.
So the whole concept for this front part here, which is close to the road, is that actually it's going to be a space which locals and people from the village can actually come and get involved with when they want. There's a badminton court here that is also getting some upgrades, and anyone can come use it. Anyone can come play badminton. A ping pong table here manifesting as well. A gym right next to it over there, and in the corner a playground. So you can imagine that a family, Balinese or international, comes, has their kids playing in the playground. The dad might be doing some pull-ups in the gym and looking at the kid. Maybe you come and do some little badminton, and maybe the mamas are having a discussion over by the temple area.
A lot of community projects in Bali, and a lot of the way the bules, the expats live here, is often disconnected from the locals. So we don't want to do another project where we just buy a bunch of land, put walls around. We want to make it integrated with the local culture and invite them to come and really create that fusion between our culture of the more spiritual Western tribe and also the locals, and we want to learn a lot from each other.
Absolutely. There's a lot of shared learning between
52, 53. Yeah, Oliver.
Hey,
So that's the future.
this is our gym.
That's the future gym.
You can already feel it.
That's the gym.
Yes.
So we're coming into the temple space here. And in the Balinese tradition, there's always two temples on the land. One is the masculine pillar and one is the feminine pillar. And they're here holding the space. They're honoring the spirits that have lived here for who knows how long. Basically, this is their home. And every day there's an opportunity to bring offerings, to come be in peace, to come connect in that manner. And because this is right next to this social area too, it's bringing in that sacred into daily life, where we have this honoring of each other, of the space, and this connection to the subtle.
So this morning I went to say thank you to the spirits of the land, giving them a little guava that fell from a guava tree, and I actually didn't know there was a guava tree. So thank you so much, land, for providing guavas. And this is actually the guava tree.
Oh.
So this is actually the gym in here, not yet built, but the materials are here. And right in front of the temple is a meditation garden, relaxing garden with some statues and flowers and an ability to be in a connected space. Right here we're at one of the highest points of the land. And what's manifesting is an incredible structure that has both an underground compartment and an overground compartment. In ancient times, they always stored their food inside of the ground, inside of the earth, in carefully made spaces. And this is exactly one of the functions of the space, is to not need to have a fridge by design, where the food itself that we're collecting from nature and that's not ready to eat yet but wants to ripen or wants to be stored, can be in an environment where it's supported and held by nature and kept to ripen and to be ready. And then on top, what we see here is a beautiful open Balinese style structure that allows us to have meetings with locals, with each other, that's very intricate, that has carvings, and that's literally facing this incredible openness here once we cut down or trim those trees over there. And we'll give forth onto a terrace down below, where we can have events and parties and yoga, looking at the sunset and all those beautiful things.
Yeah,
Should we go have a look?
yeah, sure, let's go.
Let's try not to
Careful.
fall in the hole. Whoa.
So talking about trees, what we've done so far, we've tried to, of course, keep the trees off the land, and the idea is as much as possible to really not cut down trees, especially if they're like big trees. We've cut some banana trees, for example, to make some space, because handy when you want to build things. But yeah, what do you want to add on that?
Yeah, there's a real approach to having a relationship with nature where nature is growing there for a reason. And you ask a tree if you can move it, like a mandarin tree. If it's not too old, you can move it somewhere else, even banana trees. And you work around how the terrain is already speaking, and can work with it to make it even better, but out of a relation of respect. So right here, there was a perfect open space to build this A-frame building. And because we actually don't want to live in this, we want to live sleeping on the ground and connected with nature. We have created this as a storage, a dry space where we can put things so it doesn't go moldy, and it's well looked after. So believe it or not, the most developed structure on this land is actually not something we choose to sleep in, because it doesn't have the same connectivity as actually sleeping close to the earth.
Yeah, absolutely.
Around here we'll have a tower, right? Like overlooking, we can watch the sunset there.
Yeah. So the wood has already just manifested for this, and it's a 10-meter high tower, 3x3, where literally, I mean, you can see everything.
You can see here there's a water tank. So right now we buy a big water tank of spring water from our neighbors, which is pretty fine for now, but we want to be more sovereign, independent, autonomous. So, and we want also to collect rain from nature, right? Because we have this huge quantity of water coming from the sky.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. But in Bali, it doesn't come all year round. There's parts of the year, the rainy season, where it's raining much more.
Yeah.
So over here, we're going to create a very well-designed underground water tank that's also bioenergetic and circular and allows the water to stay alive, that collects a lot of water during rainy season and keeps enough water for the whole year of operations and living up here.
And actually we're very health conscious here, as you've seen Oliver doing the 54 push-ups. And some of us like spring water and some of us like distilled water, which is actually like having pure rainwater. So we'll use it to wash things in the kitchen, we'll use it to shower, but eventually for some people also to drink.
Yeah. And on top of that tank, a deck that's on level with a higher deck, which allows us to watch the sunset throughout the year. So as we come from the high point of the lands, there's a natural flow of water, both from the roofs and the capture and also from the natural, which leads into these pools.
Hey guys, chilling in the pool.
So we have a natural filtration system, 3 pools, and the top 2, where Alex is currently standing, are beautiful Garden of Eden pools where the water is going through reeds and there's fish and it's naturally filtering it and cleaning it. So as it goes down the levels,
Come join you on this side.
Jump.
whoa!
Oh,
Sorry.
So as the water comes down the levels, it gets filtered until the ultimate pool down at the bottom for swimming, where the water is fresh and clean naturally with no chlorine, with very little need of any electricity in the process, and all through the natural flow of water and nature, carefully designed and optimized for human thriving.
and that goes on to electricity actually. We have the electrical point by the office, and then there's one from in the kitchen, but that's pretty much it at the moment. We go off the sunlight, we go off the moonlight, and we have some head torches and headlamps, but it's very much, yes, utilizing energy, but not taking too much of it, making sure that it's clean. We're very conscious about EMF, so electrical magnetic frequency. We have an EMF machine, so we're testing things, and when something feels like there's maybe too much electricity that's coming from that and it's close to maybe food or water, we move that. So there's this intention that we have with everything.
And then what's happening, Soraya, in parallel is the DJ playing good music.
I'm dancing.
I'm playing the
what's that over
saxophone
there?
over here.
Oh,
An important part of community life and of all of life really is celebration.
yeah.
You can't have a thriving society without celebration. And so as much as there's peace and detox and wellness and meditation happening, there's also parties and love and
Static
liveliness.
dance, cacao ceremonies,
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
music.
you go.
Expressing ourselves. Joy,
Joy.
fun, being creative again, returning to our childlike essence.
Oh my God.
It is God.
Smell that.
Smell of vision.
Oh.
Look at the geometry in this.
Poolside shower.
Which is being filled by the rainwater.
Yeah.
And where anyone can come, rinse off.
Right now it's only cold, which is a good thing because cold water is very energizing, but for more comfort soon we'll get also some hot water. With organic soaps and natural shampoos.
I think that goes without saying really, but just to kind of reiterate is that anything that we're bringing on site, we want to be, or it is organic, it's all natural, no chemicals, and to make sure that if it goes into the ground, then it's not going to damage the ground. Remember, we're working in alignment with nature.
So this is why here we have a compost also. So we make sure, because we eat a lot of fruits, and so we want to make sure we return them back to nature and we make the worms happy. That's actually a simple way to get rid of it without carrying.
And giving back to the earth.
So Oliver, tell us, what are we seeing right here?
Right here,
Talking about celebration and community.
we are seeing a building with a domed roof made of sacred geometry, like a lotus. Open walls, so that the people in the pool are there, the people in the fireplace are there, in the cafe are there, and that you can come here at any point in time and have a meeting, but an open meeting, not one that's closed off, one that's saying, okay, who wants to talk about the way in which we're planting our gardens today? Meet right here at midday. And then around the time when everyone feels like it's the time for that meeting, we all show up, we make a little call, and then everyone is here, and whoever wants to be in that discussion can be in that discussion.
And I hope you're not too lost now. Here we're back to where we had the fire pit and the garden, and we can walk back to
The kitchen.
towards the kitchen.
Yeah. I've just picked up another avocado. And here we enter the kitchen again.
Which is going to get an upgrade as well into being this beautiful space of community.
And here is our beautiful Tarzan Alex playing the hangpang.
And that's how we do. Also at night we light a fire, play some music. It's beautiful. And pan from Oliver, drums.
Shruti box, guitar, didgeridoo. This is very much a place for creativity.
In its essence of who we are. Creativity is the creative force coming through and manifesting into the world. So the more we can do it, the more we're celebrating God, divinity, each other, the universal flow of consciousness.
Aho.
Thank you.
Aho!